Hello and welcome to Business Lunch. I'm Nisha Podar and with me is my co-anchor Mangalam Malu. Mangalam, good afternoon. At least there is green on the screen. Take a look at Nifty, Sensex, in fact MIDCAPS, all of them doing well. MIDCAPS have lost some bit of gains now but has been outperforming the key indices today. An advanced decline also in favor of the advances. And Mangalam, what else are you picking up on the market?
Absolutely, Nisha. So the Nifty as a whole, if you take a look at it, is off the high point of the day. The day's high was 99.50, but the mid-caps, they are outperforming. That tells you one thing, the fact that the traders believe that the downside for the market is capped. If you take a look at the 20-day moving average, which is now 99.80, that is where perhaps the traders believe that there could be some sort of support. If you take a look at the stocks that are buzzing around today, cement is doing well. Telecom stocks are under a little bit of pressure. So we have Bharti Airtel, Bharti Infratel, both of them under a bit of pressure, along with Idea, perhaps some sort of interconnect usage charges taking place out there. At the same time, from the mid-cap space, a lot of these fertilizer stocks are buzzing. We have the likes of Nagarjuna Fertilizer, Madras Fertilizer, both of them at the high point of the day. And the real estate pack, that is buzzing too. Keep an eye out on the FMCG stocks. They are providing some sort of defense in today's trading session, the likes of HUL, Nestle, as well as Berger Paints. But as of now, the mid-cap outperformance tells you one thing, that the traders perhaps believe that the downside looks like it's capped.
That's right, Mangalam. So that was the picture on the Indian markets. Take a look at the global market action as well. And the Asia trends, that was trading with caution today as trades really digested the reports of North Korea plans for a ballistic missile launch on the heels of Sunday's nuclear test, remember. So that geopolitical tension still lingers on, but markets have been recovering from there. Shanghai, Hang Seng, both of them in the green, but nothing much to talk about there. Nikkei has been in the red. So Japan's Nikkei really declined while South Korean Kospi reversed slight gains. And positive economic data out of China failed to significantly really lift the sentiment in the region, although the Chinese markets traded higher and the PMI data over there for the month of August beats the street expectations, reflecting resilience in China's manufacturing sector despite the concerns of an economic slowdown there. So these are the data points really impacting the Asian markets, but European markets have opened just some time back and they had a mixed opening. But at this point, there's a sea of green. FTSE, DAX, CAC, all doing well in trades. But geopolitical tensions and the concerns from North Korea has kept the investors at bay, while the markets really lacked the overnight guidance due to a Labor Day holiday in North America as well. So at the moment, the European markets doing well and Indian markets also reflecting green on the screen at the moment. So geopolitical tension still there, but markets are trying to be resilient at this point. But there's a lot of news of the day as well, Mangalam.
Absolutely. The stock of the day right now really is Reliance Capital. It recovered nearly 74-75 rupees from the low points. It opened at around that 688 rupees mark. And that is because it has demerged its home finance business. The stock now trades ex its home finance business. And what it means, the demerged entity, the valuations and what happens. Varinder Bansal, as always, joins us with the details.
We were waiting for this event to happen. It has finally happened. 130 was the price in the early morning, pre-adjusted price, wherein the adjustment happened, and the stock has recovered a way bit from those lows. Important is that at that price, the value of home finance business given by the market is around 6,500 crores to 7,000 crores. Analysts on the street were expecting around 5,500 crores. So clearly, the market has given higher value to the home finance business than anticipated earlier. This simply means it increases the SOTP, the sum of the parts for Reliance Capital. If you have to value all, now what is left, which is 51% stake in home finance compared to earlier 100%, the SOTP after debt, after, after home finance business comes around 26,000 crores, which still leaves a place because the current market cap is nearly 19,000 crores. Now the important thing is the focus will be on AMC IPO, which will be, which is expected to come next month. So let's see what happens. And also important is that the home finance business will be getting listed in the next 15 to 20 days. So let's see whether that list at what, 120, 130 or plus minus that.
All right. Thanks, Varinder, for giving us all those details. And we also spoke to Ravindra Sudhalkar, the ED and CEO of Reliance Home Finance, and he pegs post-infusion net worth at 1,500 crore rupees.
We've already conveyed the record date to be the 6th of September, and the listing would be anywhere between 15 and 20 days after that. After the infusion of funds, the net worth would go to close to around 1500 crores. We have always said that the NIMs were upwards of 3.5%, but that was only for the Q1 of this year. Otherwise, our guidance of NIMs has been very clear. We've been saying that we would be maintaining our NIMs in the region of 3.5% as we grow our book further. Guidance on the ROA would be anywhere upwards of 1.6%.
All right, then onto the big CNBC TV18 exclusive. In his first interview after taking over as the MD and CEO of L&T, S.N. Subramaniam remains confident of meeting the company's order inflow guidance for FY18, expects Q3 and Q4 to see bulk of those order inflows. And here's an exclusive excerpt. Listen in.
It's not correct to speculate on what the Q2 will look like, but overall to tell you that we are positive. Things are getting into shape. There are major schemes that have been visible, announced, pre-qualification taken place, prices have gone in. So we remain fairly optimistic on the way forward. The orders normally come in Q3 and Q4. Now, I think the trend will be similar this year too. For example, just to tell you the list of projects, you have the coastal road in Mumbai, the Mumbai-Nagpur highway, the Trans-Harbour link, the balance remaining dedicated freight corridor projects, the station modernization schemes, the Sagarmala scheme, the border roads set up, the general trend in road sector itself. A lot of projects are under tendering. One has to remain focused on these, how to bid properly and how to take the same forward, and that's what we're doing.
All right, so those were the important managements on the show today. It's time for a short breather on Business Lunch, but we'll focus on more stocks in action when we return on the other side. Stay tuned. A look at the mid-cap index that has been outperforming the major indices and has recovered in the last few minutes of trade off the lowest point of the day. As far as advanced decline, that is also looking much more positive than in the last 1 hour of trade in favor of the advances. But two stocks in focus in the last few minutes have shown some sort of a momentum. Bharti Airtel, off the day's lows, is trying to recover there in the last few minutes, and L&T, that has touched almost the lowest point of the day. So keep an eye out on some of those movements of those stocks as well. Also on our radar is Sun TV, that extends gains as brokerages really raise the target and the EPS estimate for this particular company. Mangalam Malu is anyways joining us and is right here to take us through more of those details. Mangalam, what has really changed the estimates? What's happening in this stock?
Well, two things, Nisha. The first one is the fact that on Friday there was that digital launch Arasu. So digitization, that was one catalyst that played out, and yesterday there was that IPL rights auction, which Star backed the rights for 5 years. So which is why the stock is up 20% in the last 3 sessions. Now, just to remind how exactly IPL as a business works, the teams get revenue from 3 places. First one is the broadcast rights share. Second one is the title sponsorship share. So IPL is Vivo IPL. Vivo gives some money to BCCI, and BCCI shares that with the teams. And the third one, of course, every team earns via ticket, merchandise sales, and marketing, etc. The expenses for IPL, they have the fixed team ownership fee, they pay the players their salary and stadium and miscellaneous expenses. Now, post the Star deal along with the Vivo deal, what has happened to the revenues? They've grown manifold. Remember, Vivo deal was 4 times what was there before, and IPL revenue broadcast deal also was 4 times before. So if you assume that there are 10 teams and 45% of the revenue that BCCI gets, if they share it with the team, what happens is that the broadcast revenue per team would be 147 crore rupees. The title sponsorship would give them 20 crore rupees. Another thing that changes is the expenses. For Sun TV, the fixed expenses, which were 85 crore per year, they changed to 20 to 25% of the total revenue. So what does this do to their operational performance? Up until now, Sun TV was posting an EBIT loss. The IPL business was posting an EBIT loss of 23 to 30 crore. Those are losses, the 23 and 30 crore rupees mark. And now CLSA and CS have, Credit Suisse that is, they've revised their loss targets to a profit of 150 to 100 crore rupees. And that they believe will be EPS accretive. So Credit Suisse, they have an outperform rating on the stock with a target of 930 rupees. CLSA believes that this 150 to 170 rupee EBIT that the IPL business will give them a 5% EPS growth, or add 5% more to their EPS estimates, and they've upped their target from 890 to 965. So digitization and IPL clearly taking the stock higher.
So IPL clearly has to be remunerative and actually profitable now, profitable for
because
them
they're getting,
now after the loss.
They're getting more money and they're paying less in terms of expenses.
All right, thanks Mangalam for that. In fact, meanwhile, we also have Bharat Financials is also gaining in trade today on the back of a bullish report coming in from Credit Suisse. And Abhishek Kothari is here with more details on that particular stock. Of course, deal buzz has been around for a long time, but what else is really giving a lot of euphoria to that stock, Abhishek?
So, Nisha, Credit Suisse has increased the target price on Bharat Financial to 1,055 from rupees 920 earlier. What they have mentioned is that industry data suggests that collection payment on 30 days past due has been seeing a strong traction. Therefore, they expect past, dues also to come in for Bharat Financial. On the longer horizon, they are positive on the stock, and that is why they have increased their EPS estimate by 3 to 6% over the next 1 to 2 years, and that is why we are seeing the stock in buzzing today.
All right, Abhishek, thanks a lot for that. Talking about buzzing stocks, Quality is one stock that has buzzed, recovered nearly 28-30% from the low point of the day as the management clarified on CNBC TV18. Remember, yesterday the stock around this time itself was locked in lower circuit. However, the management has allayed fears and said that there is nothing significant that has led to this recent decline in stock price. In fact, the company, they believe, is investigating the market rumors that were doing rounds, and they will take strict action against those rumor mongers.
I think stock movement is important, but more than that, what is important is what are the underlying reasons behind that. Is it a normal transactional reason, or is it something strategically significant? So let me confirm to you that there is nothing strategically significant which has led to this particular decline. Over the last 4 to 6 quarters, our numbers have been pretty good. Business performance has been very decent. Company is strategically moving towards transforming itself to a very strong B2C organization. Let me tell you, this is all malicious communication which is happening, and we are investigating this particular thing, and we'll take very serious action against whosoever will come out as the person behind this. So let me assure you, company is going to take very strong action.